In this video we're looking at formulas and equations. So a formula is a rule written with mathematical symbols, and for example Pythagoras' theorem is a formula that we commonly use. Now we solve formula by substituting values in, usually where pronumerals are. So usually when we have a formula, we have letters that represent certain variables. So in our example we have the volume of a cylinder is given by V equals pi r squared h, where V would represent volume, R would represent the radius, and H would represent the height of the cylinder. So this question is asking us to find the radius given that the volume is 350 and the height is 6.5. So how I like to do these type of questions is I like to write the formula to begin with. So V equals pi r squared h. I then want to substitute in any values we have. So 350 equals pi times r squared times 6.5. Now what I want to do is get the unknown, so the r, by itself. So how I'm going to do that is divide by, well, let me rewrite this, by 6.5 pi. And I'm going to do the same over here. So 6.5 pi. And what happens is that pi cancels that pi out, and that 6.5 cancels that 6.5 out. So what I'm left with is r squared equals 350 over 6.5 times pi. So now that I've got that, what I need to do is, I could put that in the calculator, so I could technically go and put that in the calculator. The problem is I'm going to get a bunch of decimals because we have our pi symbol. And pi is what we call an irrational number. So its decimals will go on forever, which means when we put it into the calculator, what I'm going to be forced to do is round it early. And what rounding early does is introduces what we call a rounding error. And we don't want to introduce that yet, because if you introduce a rounding error early, it may result in a fairly substantial size difference at the end from what the actual answer may be. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep that 350 over 6.5 pi as it is. All right. So what I need to do now is cancel out the square. So I'm going to square root by both sides. And I get r equals the square root of 350 over 6.5 pi. Now what I can do is put that in the calculator and get my answer, which comes out as 4.14 units, because I'm not sure what the units were. Now you may ask, when I square root something, don't we get a plus or minus answer? Now in most cases that is correct. The reason I'm not counting a negative here is because I know the r represents radius, and radius is a measurement in distance. Therefore I cannot have a negative distance in this example. Therefore I only need the positive answer, which in this case is 4.14 units.